for the night. But anyways, a lot of y'all are so focused on the graphics of the video games that you miss out on the story. There's so many people that while they're playing games, they're focusing so much on the mechanics of the gameplay that they don't actually get to enjoy the story. For instance, there's a game called Persona 5, and on that game, you get to make a lot of decisions for yourself. It's more of like a RPG game where you make decisions, you level up certain tactics. The graphics they look like anime, so it's not like the craziest looking game, but the story behind it, the little things that you can do, the relationships that you can build with people, the decisions that you have to make, and the time that it takes to put in the game makes it special because it literally feels like you're in the game. But a lot of you guys are so focused on the game looking realistic and for it to have this and to have that you miss out on an amazing game because you're more worried about the messenger than the message. Guys, some of the greatest video games that I ever played were not because of the graphics, but because of the story. There's games that I played, like Life is Strange. There's games like that literally bring you to tears. But I'm going to relate this to real life. You guys focus so much on the appearance. You focus on someone that, okay, I look the way I do. But a lot of you guys will listen to people that look good, but don't say anything good. They look like good fruit, but they're not. They're deceiving. And you guys will idolize them and you'll spend all your money on them. You'll do all these things for people that don't care about you, but their message is terrible. But you'll intake their message because you like the messenger. And some of you don't like the way someone looks, so you'll skip out on a good message because they might not look like whoever your crush is. They might not look whoever your type is. They might not look the way that you want them to, but they're saying the realest stuff ever. But because they don't look a certain way, you don't regard anything that they say as facts. Now, obviously, going back to what I said in my last message, if you got a bowling ball talking about cardio, that doesn't make sense. Obviously, it has to make sense. They have to have success in what they're doing. So if you have a fisherman that hasn't fished in 60 years, but 60 years ago he had big catches and he did this and did that, just because he's not an active fisher now doesn't mean that he can't tell you about fishing. I know fishing might have changed in 60 years, but there might be a technique or there might be experiences. There might have been things that he went through that you could utilize. You see, a lot of you guys be like, old people, I don't want to listen. I love talking to old people simply for the fact they have a lot more wisdom from me. Every time they tell me they wish that they could look like me or be young again, I say, hey, give me 10 years of wisdom and I'll give you 1 year. And they're like, oh, man, I wish I could because their wisdom is so essential. I don't care if they're walking around with less teeth in their mouth than fingers on my hand. That has nothing to do. They've lived a long life. They've lived longer than you. They've made more mistakes and have more successes. Quit sitting there and thinking that you're over them and, I would never look like this and never look like that. One thing I would tell you is you never know what happened in the future. You know what happened in the past because it's already happened. And you don't know what's going to happen even in the present. You can prepare all you want to, but like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Then next thing you know, they whoop-de-woo. Ooh, I don't want to do this anymore. Wow. Throw in the towel. They doing all of that. Them type of shenanigans. But you guys are so focused on the graphics. If they're not wearing Yeezys, if they ain't got diamond platinum grill, and they, hey, man, say, man, shake, yo. And they ain't walking around doing this and doing that. And they ain't got all the Kardashians sitting around their couch. If they ain't got 1 million streams, you don't even listen to people's music if they ain't got stats behind it. A lot of y'all, if my music had 200 views, if my music had 20 plays, you wouldn't listen to me. You would call me a SoundCloud rapper. And some of you would still call me that. But if I have 2 million views, y'all gonna go listen. Because you don't care about the message, you care about the messenger. Oh, this messenger's, he's popping, he must be a good artist. Man, there be artists out there. I know y'all heard that lady that did that, what was that song? That, period, ooh. Boy, that song was terrible. But because y'all see it going viral and all this stuff, y'all are going to start saying it. Ice JJ Fish couldn't sing if his life depended on it. But because it has a lot of views, something about your girl, man. And y'all say there's no real rappers. No, you just don't support the real rappers. You support what they want you to see. You support the graphics. You don't support the story. Ooh. Yeah, you support the graphics. You don't support the story. You let society choose everything for you. You let them choose the clothes you're going to wear. You let them choose the music you're going to listen to. You let them choose the role models that you're going to have your kids look up to. You let them choose everything for you. Everything's a playlist nowadays, and you're not the one in control of it. You go on Spotify, you looking up other people's playlists. You don't even want to look up your own playlist. You want the best looking game. The best looking game. The best looking game and the best game are two different things. The best book and the best cover of a book is two different things. A lot of y'all judging a book by its cover. Some of the greatest books I ever read were plain. Oh, the Bible, guess what? It only says Holy Bible, but it's the greatest book I've ever read. Everybody else be doing these animations, italicizing, highlighting, doing all this crazy stuff on the book, and it'd be the best definition of pure garbage. You're also worried about the cover that you don't even ponder to read the contents within. Y'all want paraphrases. You want summaries. A lot of y'all won't even read a book yourselves. You want someone else's perspective on it. If you read that book for yourself, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't agree with their perspective wholeheartedly. But you guys, you don't care about the game. You just care about the graphics. You don't care about the game. Let's be honest. You don't care about the game. How many people are playing NBA 2K and not skipping through the cutscenes and stuff? You guys don't care about the story. You just want to hurry up and get done so you can get your VC, you can upgrade your player, you can do this and do that. You don't care about the progression. You want to skip the progression. You want to skip the grind, and you want to get to the end result. You want to skip go. You want a Monopoly. You want to get a card that says go all the way back to go and collect 200. You just want to keep playing like that and buying properties. You don't want to risk following a luxury tax or going to jail or going to free parking. You don't want to risk any of that. You just want to fast forward your way through everything. I'll skip the campaign. I'll skip the cutscene. I'll skip the terms and conditions. We're not going to read those. It might say that by agreeing to these terms that I have to give up everything I own, but it doesn't matter. I just want to get to the game. Forget everything else. Forget the logistics. Forget the story. It doesn't matter. What's the end result? Who's entertaining? Ooh, when I'm watching a show, I only care about this character. The rest of them, they don't matter. So then you miss out on certain plot points that if you pay attention to this character, you would understand more things later down the road. You might even be able to predict some things that are happening in the show. But because you're so worried about a certain messenger, you failed to receive the message. And I delivered that perfectly. So with that being said, I'm going to read all these comments. If anybody has anything that they want to add pertaining to it, say it now. And if you guys would like this live to continue, I need to see 500 roses within the next minute. And if so, I will go stay live for 5 more minutes so we can talk about whatever you guys want to. With that being said, I don't know if I'm going to do another episode or not, so you guys might want to do that. But I'm finna go ahead and read some of these comments. Yeah, from now on, I'm going to leave you guys in limbo. You won't know if I'm going to do another show or not. I think a lot of the reason that some things be going on is because y'all know that I'm coming right back. I'm finna make it to where you don't know. Maki might go night-night. Did I miss the show?
Yes, you missed the show.
I'm still here. Amen. Facts. I don't know if you got it. My phone froze. What are you talking about? You got what? What are you talking about? Okay, nobody else said anything, so I'm going to see what Jewel was talking about real quick before I go. Let's see what Jewel was talking about, then I'm going to go and conclude this. My bad if it seems like I'm just sitting here staring at you guys. I am. Check notifications. I need to stop putting my phone on Do Not Disturb when I'm on TikTok because I can't see notifications. So I'm going to end this live, start a new one. I'm going to check my notifications real quick. But I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you right now because it's never required, but it's always expected, accepted, and never projected. So if you're new, tap the follow and the bell button, and I will be back in a jiffy. Peace.